Hello, this is Kate from dailytarotgirl.com, and this is your weekly tarot card reading. And for this reading, I'm using my Dame Darcy Mermaid Tarot, one of my favorite decks. And as you can see in the background is a giant squash. It's a zucchini that I grew, and then there's cucumbers behind it. And I'm not really sure why I'm using that as a backdrop, but I think I'm just bored of always putting like a silk cloth in the background, so I thought I'd mix it up a little and do some produce that I grew in my garden. Oops. Oh god, hopefully the cards don't slip down. Looks like they're going to. Okay, so I've drawn 3 cards here. Each card is going to represent a different portion of the upcoming week. And unfortunately, this zucchini is not really working out, so I'm going to have to improvise here. Put a coaster down so these don't fall. Okay. So each card is going to represent a different portion of the upcoming week. And let's start with the first card, which is going to represent Monday and Tuesday. Oh, and I just remembered, before I get into my reading, I'm going to be a part of Tori Hartman's Intuitive Card Reading Festival this year. And there's going to be, I think, 18 tarot or card reading experts, and I'm one of those experts. So if you are interested and you want to sign up for that, it starts pretty soon. It's in September. I'm going to put the link to sign up in the description of this video below. Okay, so the first card that we have is the Ace of Swords, and this is representing Monday and Tuesday. And I always get excited when there's an ace, like first thing, when the first day of the week is represented by an ace. I always think that's a good omen because aces are all about fresh starts, new beginnings. And the Ace of Swords, I like to see this card as an idea that pops into your head. You suddenly get this idea, and it's up to you whether you're going to act on this idea or put energy behind it. If you choose not to put energy behind it or act on it, it's just going to kind of drift away, and you'll never, just drift away out of your life. Or you could choose to really put energy and focus behind this idea, and it has the potential to be something really big, and it has the potential to be like a turning point in your life and to be a doorway into new experiences. So pay attention to your thoughts and your ideas this week, especially at the beginning of the week. I also see this card as like an opportunity, like something is being offered to you. And again, this could be like an opportunity as in like an idea that pops into your head. I think often we expect opportunities to be something that someone else offers to us or something that happens externally. But often opportunities are internal events, like an idea for something, some inspiration. So then as we move through to the middle of the week, Wednesday and Thursday, we've got the Eight of Swords. Now, the Eight of Swords lacks the same kind of youthful energy that the Ace of Swords has. So with the Eight of Swords, this is all about limitation, whereas the Ace is about, a bounty of ideas and inspiration and fresh starts. The Eight of Swords is about limitation, particularly self-limitation. So this could be self-limiting beliefs. And remember, the suit of swords is about the mind. It's about the mental aspect and our thoughts and beliefs. So the Eight of Swords can signify a lot of self-limiting beliefs coming up in the middle of the week. And it's so natural for this card to follow the Ace of Swords because I think that is such a normal kind of progression. You get this idea, this fresh new idea that you're excited about, and then when you start to go for it, that's when, some self-limiting beliefs might come up, or some fears or doubts and all that, and that's what this card represents. So the message behind the Eight of Swords is basically that You're the only one who can be your savior in this instance, in this circumstance. So don't look to for someone else to come kind of riding in on the white horse to save you and to solve all your problems. This is something you're going to have to do for yourself. So I often see this card as being about like doing the work, doing the self-work, working on yourself and figuring out what beliefs are standing in your way and figuring out, how you want to work through those beliefs and what you want to do about them. So even though this person is all bound up and she's got this blindfold on, this is very symbolic. It's symbolic of how you might feel midweek, and it's a reminder that you have the resources and the strength and the power within you to unravel those bindings and take off that blindfold and change the situation. So the end of the week, so Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we have the moon. And this is one of my favorite cards. It's a mysterious card. It's very charged. It has a lot of people don't like this card because it's a lot of dark energy. And really this card is about the subconscious part of ourselves and the wild part of ourselves. As you can see, there's two wolves howling at the moon. And there's this woman who's half, I want to say lobster. She's like, yeah, half lobster, half sea creature, half woman. And I feel like this really speaks to the fact that we evolved out of the ocean. So millions and millions and millions of years ago, we were ocean creatures. And I think sometimes we forget that we are actually animals. We think of ourselves as human beings, and we like to think that we're totally separate from animals, and we're not. We're animals, but we're different in a lot of ways, but deep down we are still, there's a big part of us that is wild, that is animalistic, and oftentimes this part of ourselves is hidden from us and hidden from others. And when we totally ignore it and we don't acknowledge it, that's when we can get into trouble, and that's when this side of ourselves can sort of take control and like come up and do crazy things. So I feel like the message with this card, see, it's always challenging to interpret a card and then try to make it fit with what it means for this week. I feel like the message here is to really acknowledge and pay attention to the part of ourselves that is wild and animalistic. And instead of admonishing this part of ourselves or denying it, really embracing it in some way and finding a way to acknowledge it and to celebrate it. And there's all different ways that you can do this. I know one way that you can really explore and celebrate your subconscious is by paying attention to your dreams. And you don't have to interpret your dreams or know what they mean, but maybe just recording them and acknowledging that they're there and that they exist and that they are important and that they have messages for you. That's just one really powerful way that you can begin to acknowledge the subconscious in your day-to-day life. And I feel like that is kind of, it can even be a theme of the week. And just tying it all together, I feel like, and I'm just looking to see if there's any repeating themes. And I invite you to share if you notice any repeating themes that are really kind of standing out for you. One thing I'm noticing is that it looks like it's almost the same woman in both cards, and she has her back to us both times, which I think is interesting. We can't really see her face very well, or her eyes, or anything like that. But yeah, at the beginning of the week, you get this idea. There's inspiration, there's energy, there's a fresh start. Some self-doubt starts to creep up midweek. And then by the end of the week, you're kind of diving deep into the whole process of exploring your interior self and exploring the subconscious aspect of who you are and your, the animalistic side of you, the wild side of you. And this can be very deep work. It can be about, shadow work, all kinds of stuff. So it looks like a powerful week. It looks like there's going to be lots of opportunities for growth here. So I just want to say thank you so much for watching this reading. My name is Kate. I'm from dailytarotgirl.com, and my website has all kinds of fun stuff about learning tarot and working with your cards. And have a beautiful week.